angels, empaths. This is Jill Kempter, angel coach, alchemist, and author of Receiving from Your Angels. So happy to be here with you. This is day 13 of 30 days of courage, visibility, and angel medicine. This has been such a fascinating, interesting experience, and I'm actually starting to really enjoy it, which is so cool. So, excuse me. So who I'm here to help. I'm here to help those highly sensitive, highly intuitive souls who are ready to take their pain and turn it into peace, turn it into medicine, turn it into wisdom, right? Turn it into the gems. And this particular video series was about learning how to show up consistently without a script. And just speak from my soul, speak from my heart. And healing the parts of me that are afraid of judgment and visibility, and the parts of me that feel like I need to be perfect, perfectly polished, perfectly scripted to show up, and to really trust my soul. Simultaneously, I'm sorry, I'm coughing. I'm also going to be talking about my 2 upcoming offerings that are happening in 2026 that I'm very, just everything that I offer, all my programs are from my heart and from my soul's creations. So, and then ultimately, through the visibility, through the vulnerability, I intend to add value to your life. So that's my ultimate goal. And so today, it's Saturday, and I'm chilling. I'm gonna run some errands, do some Christmas errands, and some self-care. And so I had a slow morning, which was nice. And I, did my practice and my yoga and drank my coffee, ate breakfast, and now I'm here. And right before I got on, I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't celebrate on Friday. And so I was like, you know what, let me take the time to celebrate the accomplishments of the week, the medicine of the week, the gifts of the week, and then I'll get on. And I didn't realize that was going to be the teaching today. So I am really excited about that. And so let me explain. Every week, at the end of the week, Friday or the weekend, but I like to do it on Friday if possible, I take time to celebrate all the ways that I showed up. A client, a consult, a client signing up, a client renewing, something I did in my marketing, like just taking the time to really celebrate and acknowledge the the big steps, the little steps, just all the steps I took, right? All the golden actions, all the actions, all of that. Excuse me. And it's been such a powerful practice for me. It's so grounding. It's so encouraging. And several years ago, I had this really cool download about celebration. And what the angels said they invite us to celebrate. Now, I learned this from my coach, this practice of celebrating our stretches, celebrating our wins at the end of the week. But then the angels said the coolest thing to me, and I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. They reminded me, they invite us to celebrate because the angels are in a constant state of celebration, of ecstasy, of bliss, of joy. So when we celebrate and raise our vibration, we're actually raising our vibration, our heart's magnetism, our mind's expansiveness, our intuitive powers, gifts, alignment, all of that, to line up with the vibration of the angels. And I was like, holy cow, it just felt like it blew my mind, but in the best possible way. And so I was so validated in this practice that I learned from my coach through the group coaching that we were in. Every Friday we'd go on the Facebook page and we'd celebrate. And I realized how good it made me feel. I was like, this makes me feel really good. It's like, oh, I can like pat myself on the back, like I showed up, I did the thing. And then it showed me where my blind spots were, right? And the places I was afraid to show up, the places I wrote my list down on Monday or the beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday, whatever. And then, oh, here's the 10 things I did, but it's like, ooh, that one thing, I didn't get to that stretch yet. And so I'd start the next week with that one thing I didn't get to. And it was like, not beating myself up and not judging myself, but just really acknowledging the growth and the courage and the showing up and the vulnerability and all of that. And then when the angels told me, like, they were like, yes to celebrating, because that's the state of vibration that we're always in, because they're constantly, your angels who love you unconditionally in all ways are always celebrating you. They're celebrating every time, celebrating everything every time, all the time. I mean, it's hard for our brains to understand that, our human minds, but that's the state of high vibrational ecstasy, bliss, and joy that they're in like all the time. And so when we pause to celebrate and acknowledge our courage, our vulnerability, our honesty, our authenticity, we're raising our vibration to meet them in that frequency. And it's like, holy cow, that's so awesome. So I hope that adds value to your life. I hope you take time to celebrate all of the wins and the gifts. I mean, right now, that practice that I learned was about my business, but I'd also do it in my personal life, right? All the ways I showed up and stretched and made 3 dinners, or, did the self-care that I committed to, or whatever, and then it also made me like acknowledge how much I do in my business and how much I do in my personal life. And that felt like another celebration, which is aligning us with the vibration of the angels. So your angels are always with you, sending you love. It's not like sometimes they're sending you love and sometimes they're not sending you love. They're always sending you love. And when we pause, breathe, redevote, when we pause, breathe, and celebrate, we're aligning our energy, right? We're going back into that receptive, open place of receiving that love. So understand that the only thing that blocks that love, the love is eternal, the love is constant, the love is always there. What blocks that love is the pain, right? The fear, the misperceptions, the ego. And so when we step into celebration, this sacred witnessing, this acknowledgement, this honoring of how we show up, we are opening ourselves up to the angels, to the divine. So there was another piece of that the angels were saying, but I can't remember right now. It's okay. So I hope you have a blessed day. It's a new moon. It's the solstice energy, the solstice weekend. So we're going to be starting winter in the northern hemisphere. And this is the time to slow down, to breathe, to acknowledge all of the wins, all of the ways you showed up, all of the celebrations, the little ones, the big ones. And this week, one of the things on my celebration was this, right? Showing up day 8 through 12. This is day 13, but that was the week, right? And I showed up and I did it every day. And several of these were super magnetic. And I feel really good about it. So I'm celebrating that. And thank you so much for taking the time to be here. If you're not on my newsletter, you can go to my website, jillkempnerhealing.com, and get on my newsletter so you can stay up to date on my podcasts, my weekly podcasts, on this visibility journey, and then on the upcoming offerings that are happening in 2026. So excited about this new year, new energy, new epicycle. And yeah, let me know if this medicine of celebration resonates with you. And yeah, take the time to celebrate you. And that will help you open up your heart and mind to your beautiful angels. I hope this resonated. Mwah. Have a beautiful weekend or day and weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.